Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to another great episode of Kyndra's Corner Comedic Edition. Man, I am so excited for today's episode. Before I go ahead and bring these wonderful comics on, I need y'all to please make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell on because I don't need y'all missing any more of these great conversations, these legendary comedians, and all that type of great stuff. But you know what? I'm not going to hold them in the waiting room any longer. My first gentleman that I am bringing on, only gentleman that I'm going to bring on, I remember that he once cheated on a pretty woman with a woman who scratches her vagina through her pocket. Shane Arthur, how dare you sit there and do that? What the heck is wrong with you?
Listen, I like my freaks freaky, and don't get no freakier than that. So you can be gorgeous all you want, but you scratching the cat through the pocket? I don't know.
Sounds like a good time. Let me bring my next person to the stage. You know, her ops have been real quiet since she went to go get that rocket launcher. Kay Gaffney is here.
Hey. First of all, you always share my business that could get me arrested on this, and it's very disappointing. It hasn't happened yet. But also, like, you ain't got to tell everybody that Shane and I went on a date. You ain't got to start it like that. That's uncomfortable.
Our business don't need to be out in the streets like that, you know.
I guess. Good to see you again, Shane.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Let me bring my last guest to the stage, man. She really needs to stop putting powder in her underwear and wash her vagina. She must think that she's a funnel cake. Oh, shoot, she dropped out. Well, when Gigi gets back here, and the cat's out the bag with her, too.
Quite literally. Gross.
Yeah, that cat out the bag.
Whoops.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on Shane Arthur's first time, man. So we're going to see if he can survive now, if he can survive. Oh, there she goes right there, powder underwear. The funnel cake is here. Gigi, did you hear what I said?
No, I didn't, because I don't know, my sound went out. First I couldn't hear Shane, then I couldn't hear you, and then I couldn't hear Kate. It was like all three.
So basically I said you need to stop putting powder in your underwear and start washing your vagina because you must think that you're a funnel cake. All right, so now
okay, well, you must think that we have clean water here in Asheville. It's been a while, okay?
Well, listen, man, I'm not gonna hold us too long. I'm gonna start with the interesting news. And Shane, since this is your first time, I'm gonna come with you. So this is a true story, and it happens in my cities in Georgia. Well, it's not in my cities; it's further away. It's in Gwinnett County. So a Georgia teacher. Now, mind you, this teacher looks like how the teachers we had growing up, the ones that weren't attractive, right? You know, this Georgia teacher, she's in her 50s, was a hard-looking 50, was arrested for having relations with a 17-year-old student. She said that he tricked her into a relationship like a used car salesman. The relationship only lasted 2 months, and she would host gatherings at her house where other teens would be using weed. Shane, this is a lot to dive into. What are your thoughts on this?
First of all, if she's hard looking, all right, and she was hosting parties, a house party, he took one for the team. I understand, a lot of dudes out here, it gets cold outside or something, and they homosexuals. They gotta, sleep with somebody to get a house. He's trying to make the house parties happen. We gotta make these, make these super bad movies, all right? So what are we gonna do? We see Miss Fletcher's into you. We do what you gotta do. I'm gonna get the drinks. He gonna get the bud. We gonna have a good time. But you gotta, make some food, pull some strings, lick some cat.
That's it. Kate, what are your thoughts? Follow up behind that.
It's so funny. I just started rewatching Ozark, and there is in season 3, there's a grandmother who is crisply in her late 60s who starts dating a dude in his 20s. And watching it, I'm like, it's so confronting to watch. I'm like, I don't know why this is grossing me out because like granny porn ain't it. But I kind of understand Shane's point. Like if you become the quarterback of the high school, if you're like, look, I'm gonna show her this very young dick, and you guys get to smoke weed without your parents finding out. I mean, in some ways, it's like you're getting to have sex, which do your thing. And you're getting to party and everybody to school, like you become untouchable, like in The Mob. I'm watching too much Ozark, but you become untouchable. So I kind of get it.
Gigi, go ahead, follow behind her.
I was kind of confused by why she said that, a used car salesman reference because, first of all, when's the last time a used car salesman tricked you into a relationship? They can't even get me to buy a car. They could never get me to sleep with them. Also, sell yourself short. Used car salesman. Why not a new car salesman? I was very hung up on the comparisons that she had.
Mhm.
And that's kind of where mine stopped was like.
So wait, let me ask y'all, Shane. I'll come back to you. So why do you think the relationship only lasted for 2 months?
That's how long used cars last.
That's what I was just thinking, Gigi. Yes, because the car broke down.
2 months, party season was over. We got to lock in. It's time for for finals. Or, I mean, not finals. They got standardized tests or whatnot.
Yeah.
It's time to stop playing these games. People gotta ask out prom dates, and I can't, ask out little Lisa, what's her name, while Miss Fletcher and me, we got a little thing going on. I gotta be free.
Okay. All right.
That's a great point. I bet it was prom season. Yeah, if you about to go to prom, you're like, I can't ask her. Then that blows up
Yeah,
my
yeah.
spot.
She was her senior project.
Hello. But did she dime herself out, or did
I was
somebody?
going to ask that, like, because when I read,
That's a
I
good
don't,
question.
I don't think, I don't know what happened with Miss Fletcher, right? I don't know how she got found out, but again, it's like, how did, like, because I always, I know that some men, right? You have this is no secret. There's a lot of teachers out there who do have had relations with students. They don't always get caught. But, him being 17, I'm like, all right, it wasn't like he was a child. I can understand 12. But I'm like, I wonder how that even ended up happening. And I also thought that the legal age of consent, especially in Georgia, was like 16 or 17. But apparently it's not.
It's not. So it is. It's if they're a teacher because of the power imbalance. So no matter the age, even if they're 19, they can't sleep with a teacher because inherently the teacher has like sway over them.
But clearly he's fast talking Eddie, and he was like, "What can I do to get you into this 18-year-old today?" Like he's, and if he's doing all the talking, I think he was the one who was like, "Listen, it's been a blast, but your warranty's up, so
I don't know.
Can't be putting Ben Gay on your
17-year-olds are
bunions
disgusting.
anymore."
You know what I think could have probably happened? I think what could have happened was one of the kids, how there's always that one child was like, "Oh, I want to come with y'all." I was like, "No." And then they said, "Oh, okay, well, bet I'm going to go ahead and snitch." I think it was one of those kids who didn't get a chance to come to get some weed. That's what I think it was. Like, it was that outsider kid.
100%. I was thinking the same thing because, again, to go back to the show I can't let go of, they always say there's no swans in the mud. So, like, all the people that were benefiting from y'all doing y'all's thing in the bedroom while y'all partied, like, one of them, eventually there's dissension in the ranks, thinking either they're going to go rob Miss Fletcher of the experience with him and give it, and she was like, no, I'm all set on 17-year-olds, or they were like, well, I want to be kingpin. Like, I want to be in charge. So they tried to blow up the spot thinking that she would move on to them. And it's like, nah, you blew it up for everybody. And now that kid has a mark on his back.
I feel like this can't be a first time thing for her.
It's not.
Because if you're grooming kids, like she's got a whole setup. So I don't think this is the first time that's happened. It's probably the first time somebody snitched.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Real quick, do they all say there are no swans in the mud? Is that something that they are saying out there? I'd never.
That's
It's
a
news
thing
to me.
Yeah, it's like how they say that there's no no honor amongst thieves. It's kind of the same thing of like when you're in the mud all together, everybody's muddy. Kind of the same idea.
Okay.
Let me ask y'all before I go to the random poll. So I'm gonna start off with Gigi. Who was a teacher? You don't have to say their name, right? A teacher that you remember that it was like, bro, you should have been arrested because like there should be no way.
Oh no! You know what's first? I had someone locked and loaded.
Me too.
We
had this teacher. She was going through a divorce, and she would leave. There was this guy. He was like I think he was like a junior, senior. He was like really tall. He was on the like basketball team, all-star or whatever. And she was the girls' basketball coach. And they would leave campus together in his truck.
Whatever happened, did they whatever happened between the two of them later on?
And well, I don't know what happened. I know that she had to come apologize to everybody. And she was like,
I'm sorry I fucked a teenager. What the hell?
I was like, you should apologize because I wanted to fuck him.
Who made her apologize? That's what I'm like.
It was so weird.
Her husband.
And she was like, she was like, that is disgusting. That, not, she just like made it seem like, how dare people have the audacity to put those two together. And I was like 16 or 15. So I was like, oh yeah, you're right. How dare us? And then now that I'm older though, I'm like, how dare you?
She gaslit you all during the apology? Bravo. Bravo. That's
And it
real
worked. We
talent
were like,
right
you're
there.
right. That's terrible. We should never have assumed.
Shame on us for
No, like you are a
for making
30-year-old
sense.
woman leaving campus with a 17-year-old boy.
That's nasty.
Kate, go ahead. I know you.
Oh,
I
I
know
got
you
it. I got a
some-
name, and I'll say it.
Go ahead, say it, Kate. Who was
McCullum, Mr. McCullum, you big piece of shit. He used to let the hot girls in our class cheat. And then the one time, I was like, well, shit, if we all cheating, I'm a hot girl too. Apparently I'm not. I got detention. He fucking punished me. Fuck you, Mr. McCullum. I hate him. He tried to friend me on Facebook, and I was like, I'm going to go find your house and burn it down.
He tried to friend you on Facebook?
Yes. So I just left him undecided.
Yeah, well, I guess now you're hot. Now you can cheat. Think about it like that.
Thanks, Shane. See, well, one date with Shane, and then he builds you up. Appreciate you, Shane.
Listen, that's what I'm all about.
Shane, tell us, Shane, a teacher that like the same question with you.
So, first of all, this is my favorite teacher of all time, and it wasn't something that was like sexual, but it's like looking back, you're like, I think you could have gotten in trouble for that. My second grade teacher, again, I'm not saying no names because best teacher of all time. She took the class on a field trip to her apartment one time.
Shane.
Yeah, but it was dope though because her son was home. He was playing the drums. We all knew him because she talked about him a lot. And we were like, "Oh, cool, what's up, man?" And we hung out. We didn't really do anything. We just kind of sat in the living room and chilled. But hell of a field trip. Didn't have to do schoolwork. A1 teacher. Real Miss Frizzle vibes.
Wait, I got a question. Hold up. I got a question. Hold on. Wait, I got a question. So did she actually pick? Like, did she go drive the bus and say, "Y'all come on in"? Like, how did she get all y'all in her?
We're in New York City. There's no bus. We took the train from the school.
New York. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we took the train from the school and showed up at her apartment. We all, whole class, maybe like 15 people, 15 kids, second graders up in the.
Wait, y'all didn't have to sign like a permission slip for a field trip?
See, and this is where it gets a little wicked. I don't think so. I don't remember doing that. And to be completely honest, it felt like one day she forgot something at home and she was like, dang, maybe she had an important doctor's appointment or something. She was like, I gotta go home to get this.
Everybody in her apartment fit all those kids.
I mean, it was again, second graders. We're all very tiny and just hanging out in the living room.
That is crazy how kids will really like go along. There was not one child who was like, "Hey, I don't think we should," and nobody ever said nothing about it. Like y'all just went back to, bro. That's hilarious. That's
the Michael Jackson of teachers, except without the touching. But when you're that good at teaching, some stuff slides on the wayside. One time she taught us probability by playing poker with a kid who swore he could beat her in poker, and he lost, of course, miserably because that's an adult. But we all learned about probability, and the probability was he was gonna lose. He's gonna get his butt beat. So
this is why New York is the greatest city on the planet. The kids in second grade were already like, guess what we're not doing? Telling nobody about nothing. Like, we want to keep our mouths shut. Like, that's why it's the greatest city.
So before I go to the random poll of the day. So I remember he was very handsome. Coach Walker's his name. Coach Walker was one of the football coaches. And so Coach Walker, used to wink at the girls as well, right? Like he, that's what he would do, the infamous wink. He never winked at me, all right? So like Kate, just like how you said, I was not the hot girl. I was not it, all right? I found out later on, that he ended up, one of the girls from high school, he left his wife for her. I don't know where they are now, but hey, things it happen. So yeah, There it
I'm
is.
looking it up, and it says he's in jail. He's in jail where he should be. Got him. All right. Don't worry
Rikers.
about it. He don't wink at you, and you're okay now.
Like, he
You have
waited
a
till she was
successful
legal.
show.
He waited till she was legal to get with her. All right, so
I'm looking it
Did
up,
he?
and it says doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It says it doesn't matter. He's still in jail.
Straight to jail.
all right, so let me come to Kate first with the random poll. So when was there a time somebody talked you into something that turned out to be complete bullcrap?
Oh, I have too many of these because I'm naive and I'm from the Midwest. But I'll tell you what, Los Angeles, I don't know if anybody else remembers Rodan and Fields when all your actor friends, all the women, yeah, Gigi's laughing, all the women were like, hey, we promise this isn't an MLM. All you got to do is give us $800 and get all your friends to agree to this skincare line for the rest of eternity so that you can make money. And by the way, the more people you recruit, the more money you make, but it's not an MLM. And when I tell you, I got minimum 35 DMs from people I did improv with one time forever ago that were like, hey girl, how are you? And I was like, I know what the fuck this is. I know what time it is. So I already had my canned response of like, I've already been asked, send. But it ended up that like all my girlfriends had said yes, who were like, great, now we get to do auditions and we can totally, like, this is going to save our lives. All of them were bartending again within a year. Like, turns out that didn't work out. And you used all your favors. You used all your favors on your friends and family to be like, hey, put these botanicals on your face. So don't use your favors for an MLM. That was bullshit.
Love it.
I hate
Shane,
that for you.
Shane, what about you? What was something that someone tricked you into that would turn out to be complete bullcrap?
So here's the thing. I've been thinking long and hard about this, and I'm gonna say I have one, but I didn't get tricked into stuff often because I'm from a city of hustlers. You listen too long to somebody's pitch, they're gonna try to sucker you. So I learned a long time ago in like elementary school when Pokemon cards were big. Some kid tricked me out of this card that I really liked, and then I never saw that kid again, and I was like, I'll never be tricked again. And and from then on, I was pretty reserved. But I will say, being a comedian, I got tricked into a 10-person bringer. For any of y'all who don't know, it's like they're like, yo, we're gonna put you on our show. It's full of like professional comics and comics just coming up. Just bring 10 people that you know that are free on a Wednesday night to come to this comedy show that's gonna end at like 12 a.m. Hope they don't got work tomorrow and they believe in all your dreams. And that's real hard to do. And then they go, you know, you're gonna do this show and we're gonna give you feedback. It's gonna be great. And then nothing comes from it. They got you to get a whole bunch of people to give you $20 a pop and drinks. And you got to follow your dreams for 5 minutes. So
yeah,
Awful.
that was GG. What about you? Go ahead, end this out.
I was trying to think of something. Like the most recent one was a comedy thing where I did a show at a kava bar, which is basically an opium den.
Correct. Correct.
So everybody's passed out in the corner.
wow.
And like this place, like here, like their shows are like really well promoted and stuff. And so I was like excited to go on it. And I was like really, really stoked. And then like the guy who ran it was kind of not all the way put together or there. And I was like, oh, it'll still be cool. And then like the person in front of me, like one of my friends, like he's a funny guy. And I was watching him go and no one laughed for his whole like 15 minutes. And I was like, oh no. And then my other friend went up and he's funny. And then his 15 minutes went by in 12 because nobody
got off
laughed at
stage.
him the whole time. And then I was like, fuck, I already told him I was going to go. And so I did my 10 minutes, but it was over in 8. And there was like someone passed out in the corner and then like someone over here. And then like one person, 2 people in the chairs laughing. And I was like, if I had had that experience, like my first month of comedy, I would have quit and never done it again.
Oh,
It was so bad.
You know what? I was sitting here thinking long and hard. I said, okay, what if I got tricked to? And then as you guys were talking, it's just like the Lord brought back some. You know, we've all done some shameful stuff in our life, right? This particular time, especially if you need some money. Okay, so I remember this guy. I think his name was like Brandon. He comes to my DM. I'm having the conversation starts off pretty cool. I want to say maybe on the second, third day of conversation, he mentioned something. He's like, I could be your sugar daddy. Now, Mike, the boy's younger than me. So I'm like, oh, okay, a sugar boy, right? I think we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. No, he wanted me to sit here and moan his name, and I started doing that. Like I recorded moaning his name, right? And I started recording moaning like sugar daddy, right? And he says, "I'm gonna give you some money," and he never gave me money, and I was like, "How dare you?"
Sounds like that boy could be a really good used car salesman.
Exactly what I was thinking. You get the money up front, girl. You know better than that.
That was years ago. I was trying not to, and then y'all know what, but that was about it. So that's my story. Okay, Shane, go ahead, hit us out. Where are you? Tell us shout out your social, Shane. Shout out where you're gonna be performing at. People can support you, your website, whatever you have going on. Go ahead.
My socials, I think all of them are Shane Art Comedy. ShaneArt comedy is what you're here to see. I made it rhyme so I could remember it, not so it's memorable. What else? I got a show coming up on Wednesday in the Bronx. I forgot what the name of the show is, but check out Kyndra Neutron. She runs that, and it's going to be boss. I love being in the Bronx doing shows. And what else? I'm just happy to be here. Happy to be on the show. Dope.
Thank you so much, Shane. Welcome. I appreciate you showing up. Gigi, go ahead. Tell us where people can find you online, any shows, you got a podcast, shout it out.
My socials are Very Funny Gigi. I changed them because there were too many other people with a similar username to mine before. My podcast is Read It and Screech, and I'll be at Ginger's Revenge tomorrow in Asheville at 7.
There it is. Miss Kate, go ahead.
It's the Kate Gaffney on everything. So that's TheKateGaffney. I made it that way because there's a Kate Gaffney who is much more famous than I am, who took that handle. So add the for me.
For now. That much more famous for now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for now. Thank you. Appreciate you, Shane.
She's going to be the other Kate Gaffney in a minute.
Right. Yeah, she's going to have to change her handle. I got a show tonight in Woodland Hills if you're in LA, and then I have a show on the 16th, which is like going to be a super fun. It'll be I get to do 15 minutes, and I'm with an amazing headlining comic who's the loveliest and threw me on the show. That's going to be in Orcutt, California, which is about 40 minutes outside of LA. That's going to be next Saturday. Doors are at 7. You can find more info on on all my socials and stuff. And yeah, thanks so much for putting this together and putting me on. This is always a good time. Good funny faces. It's good to see everybody.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for everybody. Make sure you guys, please, the audience, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Please go ahead and follow my guest. If not, catch a Charlie horse. With that being said, y'all be blessed. I'm like, people will sit here and like they will do everything except follow you. They'll sit here like all your posts. They'll watch your stories. Some people, let me tell you what I do. If I catch that you are watching my story, you're not following me, I'll make sure you can never watch my story ever again. Like, I do that. I do. I'm like, you're not gonna keep doing this. Follow me. Whatever.
No. Keep the engagement. Just shame them. Be like, I see who you are. Fucking, I see you.
Call them out.
Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe. We're out.
Good night, everybody. Bye.